I actually believe that this was a military hit that involved foreign actors and also literal actors. I believe that that day ran something akin to JFK's assassination. I believe that there were therefore multiple decoys on the ground. I do not believe, just so I'm clear here, that the person who was walking up the stairs killed Charlie. And
Candace Owens is shaking right now after multiple hitmen were allegedly sent to threaten her and her family. This is exactly what a lot of people feared would happen to her since she started blatantly accusing some specific billionaires of allegedly taking Charlie's life after he refused to join their agenda. Luckily for Candace, she already knew they were coming for her once she started talking. They thought their attempt on her life was going to silence her, but it only made things worse, because she's now exposing the real details of Charlie's medical reports. Not only that, Candace sent out legal documents to multiple trusted people that contain names of the people trying to unalive her and her family, claiming that if anything happens to her, they are 100% allowed to put all that information out without hesitation.
This week, and sent around a life insurance policy of sorts, a package rather, to people that I trust, a package filled with text messages, emails, private communications, videos, and private legal documents. So if anything happens to me, you guys will know exactly who it is that has been making my life a living hell over the past couple of years. People that are trying to bankrupt me and my family, that are threatening us to sue us, everything.
When Candace first started talking about all this, people called her crazy. However, the things she's been revealing are beginning to make a lot of sense. And honey, people are tuned all the way in. Just a few days ago, Candace received a gag order, demanding for her to stop talking about the Charlie case, and this is what she had to say about it. Don't worry about the gag order in the Charlie Kirk case. I plan to violate it on the world's behalf. The things I've discovered this past week are enough to burn the house down. Yes, Charlie was betrayed by everyone. Prior to this tweet, she had also taken to her Instagram to accuse the FBI of allegedly fabricating the story about Tyler being Charlie's shooter. She alleged that those blurry images that the FBI released of Tyler leaving the rooftop were fake, and that the story about Tyler's mom and dad turning him was all made up. I want to break this news immediately because it feels important, and I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. I hope I have earned the trust of enough people to believe me when I say that I have verified this information but cannot reveal the source. Tyler Robinson is not suicidal. The entire narrative that was placed in the media about him having been suicidal is completely fictional, as are many other aspects of what we have been told. His father having turned him in after a confession is also complete fiction. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never even been to the UVU campus. There are absolutely zero photos or videos that the campus can produce to the contrary, which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image which Tyler's family knows is not him. Tyler has never once expressed a suicidal thought. I want to make that clear. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything other than the fact that it is his gun. Not that we needed further substantiation, but Tyler Robinson did not author those Discord messages. I would like to again stress that he has never been to UVU campus, and I need to confirm this later. I believe he was around the campus on that day. I will have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that the Tyler Robinson suicide narrative, plus the dad that did the right thing after realizing his son was guilty, is a federal concoction. The allegations she's made have been making waves all over social media, and it's beginning to make a lot of people second-guess everything the FBI claims happened to Charlie. Candace even went as far as putting out a group chat between Charlie and his team at Turning Point USA just 3 days before his death, in which he was telling them about some donors who took their sponsorships back after he refused to be bullied into promoting their pro-Israeli agenda. And just a day before his death, he also told them that he had a strong feeling that he was going to be unalived.
Charlie was done with Israel bullying him, and I am now going to present you proof of what I am saying. This is an actual group chat, which happened 2 days before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. There were 9 people in total on this chat, including Charlie and Rob McCoy. I'm going to protect the names of the other 7 for now. To be clear, I might actually release a name every day this week, but I want to show you this because suffice it to say, Rob McCoy was on this text thread, and I think it helps contextualize him as a person, in my view, that he would attack me for telling the truth about the pressure that he was facing. Take a look. So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, oh. Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. And somebody writes, a donor writes, please do not invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term. In my opinion, like all groups, you're going to get a wide variety of opinions. That nasty free will thing that God bestowed on us makes life frustrating at times after the dust settles a bit, maybe. So again, this is 48 hours before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. He was very clear and he was very explicit, and he did not back down, not in that Hamptons meeting, which they're all lying about, nor in this text thread. I'm not going to reveal the names of the other 7. Actually, you know what? I disagree with myself 4 seconds ago. Let's just throw in Josh Hammer for funsies. He's on this chat, okay? So what are we to make of that? Okay, now that I'm showing you this and showing to you that the conversations were real, I want you to reflect, and it took me a lot of patience to allow the lies that were being woven and the misrepresentations of people that were pretending that I was just, high on lying about Charlie and the pressure he was under, the attacks that not just me, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly faced for trying to stand up and tell the truth about what Charlie was actually going through. Why are you hearing it, though, from me and Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly? Isn't that weird? You got people that are hosting a show. Have they, in like one honorable thing, come out and said, like, you know what? F a couple of these donors who made his life a living hell in the last couple of weeks. Why haven't they done that? There's also a rabbi in that chat. Like, why hasn't anybody made that move to at least say, to vindicate what I have been saying about what he was going through? That registers to me as very suspicious. I'm going to frankly say that. It's suspicious to me. It makes me think that in the same way that Charlie was being pressured by money, that you might be now run by that same money, that those same donors might be running you. I want to say one more thing rather explosively. 3 people told me off record, 2 people who have this in a written communication from Charlie, one who is a Turning Point USA donor, and I would say very much one of the white knights in this. The very day before Charlie Kirk died, he expressed that he thought he was going to be killed. He told these people, I think they're going to kill me. Okay. He did not express that to me. So I am telling you this based off the testimony of 3 people. And I am saying this because I hope that these people who I think are good will be inspired to come forward with that. Now, again, those conversations I had were off record. I honor that. If I say it's off record, it stays off record. But I'm hoping that watching what I am doing and feeling the energy that is rising across the world for people who want to know what the heck happened on 9/10, that, you know, they will be brave and they will say, yeah, Charlie did the day before he died think that he was going to be killed, and maybe tell us, who is they? Well, for once and for all, who is they? Who is the they that he thought were going to kill him?
Candace didn't stop there. She also made some claims about Tyler again, this time pointing out the inconsistency in Tyler being guilty. She posted a photo of Tyler at Dairy Queen getting something to eat at around 6:38 p.m. Now keep in mind, the Dairy Queen Tyler was at is about 15 to 17 minutes from UVU campus by car. She also pointed out the fact that Tyler was wearing a maroon t-shirt and a cap, claiming that he didn't change his outfit at all after supposedly gunning down Charlie. She was basically alluding to the fact that most people would usually change outfits after committing a crime like this, since there's a chance that they might be spotted. However, Tyler didn't. And considering the type of crime he's being accused of committing, he should be smart enough to know to change his outfit, unless of course he didn't actually commit any crime and was just an unlucky guy that was allegedly thrown into this case to be the fall guy. Some people are speculating that the FBI already allegedly had something on him and got him to agree to take the fall for this.
Except sometimes things don't go as planned. Because before people realize they have anything, or maybe when they're trying to reach out to the feds, they're texting a friend who texts a friend, and the next thing you know, the whole neighborhood in all of Orem has something. And this is what happened. Something made its way around the entire town and into my tips line repeatedly. It is a very clear image of Tyler Robinson, allegedly taken, I'll say allegedly for safety here, but it's looking right, according to my timeline, allegedly taken at 6:38 p.m. at a nearby Dairy Queen. Here is that photo that we can show you. Just take a look at this photo. What is wrong with this picture? A lot is wrong with this picture. First and foremost, 6:38 p.m., you just shot someone. You have gone through great pains to hide your face, to change your outfit. But wait, you didn't fully change your outfit, did you? I'm looking at this photo, and you're wearing jeans and you're wearing the maroon shirt. Now we have a 50-50 combo of the outfits. And now you're showing your eyes and you're not fearful at all that you might be recognized. Also, wow, you must have quite the stomach. You don't have a record. Next thing you know, you shoot someone and you're like, I'm just going to go have a meal. You don't seem to be too shaken or too upset. Something problematic is the location, by the way. We mapped this out. It's about 15 minutes away from the campus at a time when we're told that he's idling by, babysitting the rifle. So you can see, we're showing you, it's about a 17-minute drive away from the campus. So there should be a lot of footage then of this Dodge Challenger driving back and forth. Okay. And like I said, the biggest thing that jumps at me is he looks kind of content there. So he's got to be a full-blown psychopath, wearing half of what the feds told us he was wearing in the morning and half of what the feds told us that he was wearing during the shooting.
Candace went on to further support her claims by exposing this disturbing footage of a man messing with the crime scene right after Charlie was killed. She was questioning why this man was allowed to mess around at the crime scene right after Charlie was taken out, unless he was allegedly instructed to do so.
Minutes after Charlie Kirk there are two men that look rather mysterious. They appear, they move his chair, and they take down the camera that's directly or was directly behind his head. Why did they do that? You can see, slow down here, he pulls out the chair, he stands on it, and yes, that would be a big no-no for a crime scene. You don't move anything. He takes down the camera that is directly above where Charlie was sitting and would be able to provide, therefore, a lot of insight. And then you can see kind of sits the camera onto the desk, and it looks like he removes the SIM card from it, or the SD card, if you will.
And remember what the FBI said about Charlie being shot from the rooftop? Well, Candace claims this was allegedly a lie, too. She said it was close range. Yup. She said a rifle bullet would have been strong enough to exit through Charlie's neck and put an extra 7 people. But that's not what happened. In fact, there was no exit wound at all.
Charlie's neck indeed did stop the bullet, without question, okay? And this is going to dispel a lot of theories that are out there, and I'm telling you this 100%. Charlie Kirk was shot from the front, and the bullet did not exit, and at least a fragment of the bullet was recovered from his neck. And I'm going to tell you exactly where it was recovered from. I have fact-checked this information from multiple sources now. I've actually been sitting on this for a little bit over a week. Right around here. So think about almost in line with your shoulder blade, right in the center. Now, why is that helpful? Because it gives us a bullet trajectory, okay? We went in here where you saw that, and it was stopped, and a fragment was pulled from, think right, if you're just touching your spine, in line with your shoulder blade.
And to make matters even worse, it's now being alleged that the legal documents that Candace said she sent to her loved ones as an insurance in case something happens to her also contain graphic details of Charlie's medical report. Apparently, this report is enough to allegedly throw off everything the FBI has said. But the reason she hasn't put it out yet is because it's her insurance that there'll not be any more attempts on her life. It's unclear how exactly Candace got a hold of this alleged report, but whatever is in there is reportedly the only reason they haven't silenced her yet.
Candace Owens just came out and said the unthinkable. Some people are even saying it's her most outlandish claim so far. Check out what she said.
Just really needed to just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like, that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. They're like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on a nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 20th.
So she's saying it as if there's no doubt that the feds unalived Charlie, that Trump and his administration unalived Charlie. There's no going around that now. You can't come out now and say you didn't say this, you didn't say that. You definitely said it right there. Here's what we do know. Something was off and we've been lied to. That we do know. We also know there's no facts proven just yet. So I, for one, understand the hunch that Candace is getting, especially when it's her friend that she wants truth about. But to flat out come out and say that they unalived you and point out who you're talking about. You said the Trump administration, you said the feds. You said what is up with them giving you a boulevard after they take your life? That's saying it. And guys, when you say something like that, it could be dangerous, especially if you don't have the backup and proof to prove it. So people are saying one or two things. Either Candace is actually really onto something and has actual facts that she's going to bring to the front, or she's losing her mind. I, for one, pray it's not the second one. I just ask that you all keep her in prayer. What we witnessed when Charlie was assassinated was hard to take in. And I can't even imagine somebody who loved Charlie so dearly and was so close to him and was brought up with him would feel. Especially when you get to a point where you know that they're lying to us. And that can drive you to a point where you're receiving facts. It can also drive you to a point where you're going crazy. And like I said, I hope and pray it's not the second one. I have all faith in CO. But I also believe it's time to start coming out with hardcore facts. No matter what the situation is, keep her in prayer. Amen.
One person said, thank God for her? I don't think I could cope if she didn't exist. No one is talking about anything anymore. Team Candace. I believe she will go down in history for this. Another person said, am I the only person that thought this from day one? The whole situation always felt orchestrated. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Candace exposing the alleged truth behind Charlie's death? And you think she really has his medical reports? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.